Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Armed robber waltzes into store. Nobody expected this would happen next. Watch. At a Smoke for Less in Durham, North Carolina, an armed robber thought he'd have it easy. Just waltz in, brandish his gun, make out with all the cash. Wrong. What you need to know about this video is that the clerk is an absolute boss. The clerk likely saw the robber arriving via the parking lot security camera. Security camera footage was also released. Durham police are still trying to find the man in the video. Call CrimeStoppers at 919-683-1200. HT, Daily Caller. What Hillary Clinton just said about sex assaulter Weinstein will rock the nation. Watch. Hillary Clinton doesn't have a conscience. She has proven that time and again over decades in the public eye. Hillary cares about one thing, and that's Hillary. She would have made an even worse commander-in-chief than she was a Secretary of State, Senator, or FLOTUS. In this new clip below, Clinton says she didn't know anything about Harvey Weinstein, the Hollywood producer and Democrat mega-donor who sexually assaulted scores of women over 3 decades. That's not all. Hillary then goes after President Trump, trying to equate the two men's actions. The tweet reads, Hillary Clinton says she did not hear the rumors about Harvey Weinstein, who donated thousands of dollars to her campaign. Wow. A new low for Hillary. What she was trying to do was deflect from Harvey and place the blame for sexual assault on Trump's shoulders, because he once made a comment about grabbing women by the pee. She is a nasty, nasty woman. There's no two ways around it. Be sure to like and share. Did it again. McCain's latest move against Trump will have him kicked out of Senate. John McCain loathes Donald Trump. The Arizona senator wouldn't even vote for Trump on Election Day last year, deciding to go for fellow never-Trumper Lindsey Graham, the senator from South Carolina. Twice this year alone McCain has backstabbed Americans by killing Obamacare repeals, but he's not done just yet. Now, McCain is looking to halt the president's massive tax cut plan, per Washington Post. Arizona Republican, who is fighting a public battle with brain cancer, will be among his party's most closely watched as the year winds down and the tax debate gears up. Yet over his decades in public life, McCain has traced a zigzagging line on the subject, leaving little clear indication of how he'll approach a potentially decisive vote. A look at the senator's record on taxes shows that 3 things seem most important to him: public debate, some help for the middle class, and not exploding the deficit. On tax policy itself, McCain has proved a moving target. He opposed the 2001 Bush tax cuts, one of only 2 Republicans to do so, citing what he called the bill's lopsided benefits for the wealthy. I cannot in good conscience support a tax cut in which so many of the benefits go to the most fortunate among us, at the expense of middle-class Americans who most need tax relief, he said. 2 years later, he was one of only 3 Republicans to vote against the next round of Bush cuts, again citing its skew toward the rich but also the deficit impact of another round of breaks as the country faced mounting war bills. More recently, McCain sounded more like his trust-busting political hero, Teddy Roosevelt, when he confronted Apple's tax-dodging strategies. In a 2013 hearing, he joined with then-Senator Carl Levin, Democrat Michigan, in criticizing Chief Executive Tim Cook. U.S. corporations cannot continue to avoid paying their appropriate share in taxes, McCain told the tech honcho. Our military can't afford it. Our economy cannot endure it. And the American people will not tolerate it. Click the WAPO link above to read the full report. It's not good, though. McCain and 2 other Republicans are trying to screw us all. What in the world is John McCain thinking? How can he keep backstabbing President Trump like this? If this $5 you off, comment go away McCain. Moments ago Trump said 6 words about the American flag, then the crowd erupts for 30 seconds. Americans love Donald Trump because he loves America. It's that simple. The president has proven this to be true time and time again, far exceeding any love ever shown by his predecessor. Today, 45 spoke at the Value Voters Summit. With just 6 words about Old Glory, the crowd went wild. We celebrate our heroes and we salute every American who wears their uniform. We respect our great American flag. It doesn't get any better than that. Trump wants, nay, expects, all Americans to honor their country by standing during the Star-Spangled Banner. Is that so hard? Why do some people think it's cool to be anti-American? Newsflash, it's not. Politico has more. Speaking at the Values Voter Summit, Trump boasted about tremendous strides against ISIS and his plan to decertify the Iran nuclear deal, while saying he hoped to give Americans a Christmas gift of tax reform and to deliver on scrapping Obamacare, after multiple failed repeal efforts. We're taking a little different route than we had hoped because getting Congress, they've forgotten what their pledges were, Trump said, referring to multiple plans he's rolled out in the past 24 hours to undermine the healthcare law. So we're going a little different route, but you know what, in the end it will be just as effective and maybe it will even be better. Be sure to like and share. HT, Washington Examiner. Journalists won't sleep tonight when they see what police will require them to do. One Indiana state lawmaker is taking aim at journalists in a powerful way. Representative Jim Lucas is sick and tired of irresponsible journalism and is taking action. He has drafted a bill that would require professional journalists to be fingerprinted and licensed. While he's disgusted with fake news makers, his real point takes aim at gun laws that require fingerprinting and licensing. He said this: "If I was as irresponsible with my handgun as the media has been with their keyboard, I'd probably be in jail. Why wouldn't I push for it? If one constitutional right is okay to license, then they all are." Bam! What a brilliant argument, and it takes out 2 birds with 1 stone. Irresponsible, fake news makers are dangerous, as we have all seen. They spread lies like cancer, igniting anger and violence. So why shouldn't they be held responsible, if law-abiding gun owners are subjected to such strict rules and regulations? If you agree with Mr. Lucas, please share this everywhere. And comment Fingerprint Journalists. H.T. The Hill. Must-watch insane debate between Carson and Waters proves the worst about Mad Maxine. Representative Maxine Waters, DCA, is a known sufferer of Trump derangement syndrome. The Congresswoman has called for President Trump's impeachment many times and has trashed his cabinet on multiple occasions. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Ben Carson has frequently been a target of her ire. Earlier this year she vowed to take his ass apart when she had an opportunity to question him in Congress. Carson testified before the House Financial Services Committee on Thursday and the two finally had their debate, if you could call it that. Waters continued to interrupt Carson, putting words in his mouth to try to prove that he was criticizing President Trump. Waters begins by asking Carson if he agrees with President Trump's earlier comments on Twitter suggesting the Puerto Rican government take more responsibility for their disaster relief efforts after Hurricane Maria, saying, "Trump threatened to abandon Puerto Rico's recovery efforts. Do you agree with the president?" Carson replied, and through several interruptions from Waters, said that Puerto Rico was important and should not be abandoned. Waters then said, "Okay. I'm glad to hear you don't agree with the president. Okay, now here's the thing. President Trump never said he would abandon Puerto Rico. He said that we cannot keep FEMA, the military, and the first responders. In PR forever. Does this mean he's abandoning Puerto Rico? No. It means what it says: the personnel for emergency relief cannot stay in Puerto Rico forever, and the island's government needs to start getting things back on track. Maxine Waters already started from a false premise and tried to trip Carson up, interrupting him multiple times so he could never get his point across. This shows poor leadership from Waters and a strong bent for partisanship and dishonesty. Luckily Carson kept his cool and stayed calm the entire time. Think it's time for Mad Maxine to retire? Share it out, patriots. HT Fox News. Trump looked into camera seconds ago and said one thing that'll blow up Iran. President Donald Trump just threatened to pull out of the Iran deal. He said that if Congress and the US do not agree to make a new strategy to go after the Islamic Republic. As I have said many times, the Iran deal was one of the worst and most one-sided transactions the United States has ever entered into, Trump said. Trump then accused Iran of committing multiple violations of the agreement. He then said that international inspectors are not using their authority. We cannot and will not make this certification. We will not continue down a path whose predictable conclusion is more violence, more terror, and the very real threat of Iran's nuclear breakout, he said. I am directing my administration to work closely with Congress and our allies to address the deal's many serious flaws so that the Iranian regime can never threaten the world with nuclear weapons. Trump then said that he would kill the deal if his conditions were not met. This means that Trump has now sent the deal to Congress to deal with. Share this if you thank God that Trump is looking out for this country. We do not need another North Korea to threaten everyone in the US.